Today, I want to talk to you about something that might not be on your radar yet if you're pregnant or in the preconception phase, but should be. So maybe you've heard whispers online about it, but I promise if you are pregnant today, this is one of the most important conversations you'll have before giving birth. We're talking about your pelvic floor and core in pregnancy and how waiting until postpartum to care for your pelvic floor is like waiting until your car engine seizes before even changing the oil. By the time you're postpartum, you're in repair mode instead of prevention mode. And regular maintenance during pregnancy looks like pelvic floor and core coordination exercises, full body strength training, and third trimester push prep and perineal prep. This is the important work, mamas. When clients start working with us during pregnancy, this keeps everything running smoothly. So you're not scrambling to fix major issues when you're already exhausted, healing, and caring for a newborn. And especially if you're already dealing with pelvic floor and core issues like bladder leakage, back or pelvic pain, pelvic heaviness, or pain with intimacy, this is the time to get started and support now, not later. Many of these symptoms can actually be supported, resolved, even reversed during pregnancy. And honestly, this is also an act of self-love and respect for your body, the life that it's carrying, and your preparation for birth. There's no reason to lift, move, or exercise in pain or pee in your pants when you can be supported now in pregnancy. So if you need any more convincing about how many women and moms are currently struggling right now in pregnancy, here are some jaw-dropping statistics that I want you to learn about. Up to 70% of women experience urinary leakage by the third trimester, steadily increases until the third trimester at about 70%. Pelvic girdle pain and low back pain affect 50 to 70% of pregnant women and moms, often significantly limiting daily activities. Women with any form of pelvic floor dysfunction have higher rates of depression, anxiety, and lower quality of life compared to women without. These statistics are not here to scare you. They're here to educate you and show you how important it is to take care of your pelvic floor and core health seriously during pregnancy. And I believe these numbers often could be drastically improved if there was enough education and support for pregnant women on this topic. But that's exactly why this podcast and my company exist, to raise the standard of pelvic health education and support for pregnant and postpartum moms. Okay, so I'm ending that rant and let's move on to the next because I love analogies. I hope you do too. This is an analogy that I love sharing with our pregnant mamas. Think of your pelvic floor like the foundation of a tall skyscraper building. Every month of pregnancy, the load increases. The growth of your baby, the placenta, the amniotic fluid, and your own physiological changes are happening daily as well. So if your pelvic floor and core function aren't really reinforced with consistent strength training, endurance training, coordination training, it's going to lead to strain or even dysfunction. So this is just like adding more layers to that skyscraper building. We need a strong foundation, a stable foundation to be able to support the increasing load. Research shows that pelvic floor muscle training during pregnancy can cut the risk of urinary leakage by nearly half. Did you guys hear that? Nearly half. It can also shorten the second stage of labor, reduce the severity of perineal tearing, and amongst many other things. So this really doesn't take 2-hour gym sessions, which I know a lot of you moms are worried about. It typically, in our one-on-one pelvic floor and core restore program, our moms are seeing massive changes in just 15 minutes a day or even 30 minutes a few times a week, targeted on pelvic floor and core strength and prenatal strength training. Another benefit of starting in pregnancy is everything your body and brain is learning right now is going to carry into postpartum recovery and rehab. So you're learning how to coordinate your pelvic floor, you're learning how to breathe during pregnancy, and all of the prep that you are doing for pregnancy, birth prep, this will lead to fewer aches and pains in postpartum and a faster and quicker recovery to get you back to doing the activities that you love with your family. So I can't leave this episode without busting a few myths that you might have heard, right? Because a lot of people are thinking, wait, my OB told me don't lift anything too heavy. It's not safe for the baby. Or your heart rate shouldn't go up over 140 beats per minute while pregnant. Or even if you weren't exercising before, pregnancy really isn't the time to start. This is outdated advice, and it gets me fired up because it's not even evidence-based, it's fear-based, and it really diminishes how strong and capable pregnant moms really are. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, ACOG, actually recommend regular exercise during pregnancy. And yes, that includes strength training. Here's why. It lowers your risk of gestational diabetes and preeclampsia, reduces back pain, constipation, fatigue. It improves cardiovascular fitness and leads to a smoother postpartum recovery with fewer complications. And a recent systematic review of over 1,500 pregnant women also found that resistance training in pregnancy improved mood, reduced pain, and increased quality of life with no adverse effects for mom or baby. So here at Your Postpartum PT, what we say is pregnancy isn't a pause. It's literally the training ground. Strength training gives you the capacity to handle the marathon of birth and the demands of motherhood. So if you think about it like this, imagine training for a triathlon and someone says, well, just don't bother practicing for the bike portion. You'll just figure it out mid-race. Sounds absolutely crazy, right? But that's exactly what women are told about prenatal strength training and birth prep. Don't worry about it. Your body is smart. It knows what to do. So they skip it. And then they wonder why postpartum recovery feels like such an uphill battle. So one of our clients, Rachel, for example, came to us in her second trimester. She came to us with bladder leakage and urgency and frequency and difficulty emptying her bladder. Like she actually felt like she had to strain to go to the bathroom. Our team worked with her in pregnancy. We worked with her on breath coordination, pelvic floor down training, and teaching her how to release and lengthen her pelvic floor on cue. We also addressed nervous system regulation because tension and stress can actually increase pelvic floor tightness without you even realizing it. And within 90 days, she no longer leaked with sneezing. She can empty her bladder easily without straining, and she wasn't rushing to the bathroom anymore. And now in her third trimester, we're actually working on the fun stuff. Birth prep, push prep, since her symptoms are completely gone. So if you're pregnant and listening right now and you want to get started, here are 4 things that you can start focusing on. Number 1, pelvic floor and breath work. Even just 10-15 minutes a day of connecting, or 30 minutes a few times a week. You want to start learning to both contract and relax your pelvic floor because both are important. Number 2, strength training. 2 or 3 times a week, focusing on functional movements like squats, deadlifts, rows, and carries. We can modify as your belly grows, but don't ditch strength training completely. Number 3, perinatal prep. Around 32 to 34 weeks, you can start perineal massage, which can reduce the risk of severe tearing up to 21%. And number 4, push prep. Practice exhaling, softening, and releasing your pelvic floor so your pelvic floor knows what to do when the event of labor comes through to get out of the way. Remember, your pelvic floor doesn't push the baby out. Your uterus does. So your pelvic floor's job is to relax, lengthen, and get out of the way. Well, if you're pregnant right now, your body is not fragile. You are strong and you are capable. And your body deserves more than just a wait-and-see reactive approach in postpartum. So here's the deal. I gave you plenty of things that you can do on your own if that's your style. But most of the moms that we work with, they really aren't experts in birth prep, prenatal strength training, and they really need a more personalized, guided approach and the accountability to get the full benefits. To be honest with you, accountability and consistency are everything for prenatal strength training and birth prep. So if you're a busy mom like me that doesn't need one more thing on her to-do list or one more place to drive or one more thing on her mental load list, having a plan in place and a coach in your corner is absolutely game-changing. So if you want a program that's more tailored to you and your body, your pelvic floor and birth goals, your pelvic floor concerns, I'll drop a link below where you can book a free inquiry call with us to check it out. We've helped over 650 pregnant postpartum moms 100% virtually using our 4-phase pelvic floor restore method, and I'm confident that we can help you too. So I'll see you in the next episode and hopefully chat with you soon.